Hello, welcome. My name is Richard Whang, and I am your instructor for today. And let's begin. Okay. So today's topic, we want to talk about this idea, simple changes, okay? Who can tell me what simple changes, what it means? Okay. We're going to get to that. Let's take a look at the word simple first. Just this word, simple. Let's close our eyes for a second and think about what that word feels like. What does it feel like? What is in your mind when you think simple? Okay? That's a good answer. Small. That's a great answer. Small. When we think simple, sometimes small we think of, right? Give me another one. Okay, good. Little. Okay, little. Okay, now, simple doesn't mean small or little, right? But when we talk about simple, it feels like small and it feels like little sometimes, right? So when we're talking about simple changes, we're talking about just little changes, small changes that we can make, right? Okay, fantastic. Okay, now open your books and let's start reading, right? Let's read together actually, and we can get a big idea of what we're talking about when we talk about simple changes. Okay, look at reading 1A. Do you see the topics? We have food, right? We also have communication, yes, and we have travel. Okay, so which one should we read first? Okay, let's read food. All right, so let me have a volunteer to read that first paragraph for me, out loud. Okay, perfect. And everybody else, follow along while they're reading, okay? Okay, go ahead. All right, perfect. That was a perfect read. Fantastic. Now, let's read the slow tips. Who wants to read that for me? Okay, perfect. Let's read that one for me. Alright, that is great. That was a fantastic read, alright? Now, I'm going to ask you, what simple changes, small, little, right? What simple changes did the book tell us we could do about eating fast food, right? Because we love fast food, right? Okay, so tell me, raise your hands. Perfect. That is one simple change, okay? There's two more. Okay, yes, that is one more, and yes, that is three. Okay, it tells us three simple changes that we could use to eat less fast food. Okay, all right. So if you think about it, if you eat a lot of fast food, if you eat at home and make your food, you'll eat less, right? It's a simple change, small, little. Okay. All right, now let's read the next one. Travel. Okay, please read that for me. Okay, perfect. Now let's read the slow tips. Let's see what they think is a simple change that we can do. Okay, perfect. That was fantastic. Now let somebody read for me the communication. Okay, good. And everybody else follow along, remember. Okay, good. That was an excellent read. So, now, they tell us these are all the small changes we can make from food consumption, traveling, right, and using our cell phones, communications, right. So let's now work together in groups. Let's talk about it, okay? You guys talk about it. Find a partner right next to you and get together, and you see the questions down on the bottom. You see question 1 and question 2, right? Write down your thoughts. Talk to each other and see if these simple changes are actually good for us, okay? And give me your opinion. Maybe it's not good for you. Maybe it is good for you. Have that discussion within the group, and then we'll have a big group discussion about it, okay? I'll give you about 5 minutes, and then we'll have a discussion after that. Okay, perfect. All right, that was a perfect discussion. So, you had a great idea, and you had a great idea. We had talked about, right, small changes. Okay. Now, I want to introduce to you guys this idea of small changes, right? You can do a small change by eating less fast food. We can do a little small change by doing less text messages and emails, right? Let's look at the next page. What does it say for me? Somebody read that for me. Grammar. Hey, how about grammar? We can do small changes within grammar, right? Okay, look at that first little section there. It shows you two different sentences, right? Tell me which one is the first one. Good. Active. Alright, it says active sentence. And it says, right, US in English, we use a lot of active sentences, mostly active sentences, okay? Who can give me an example of an active sentence? Yes, that's the one in the book. That is perfect. And another one? That's a good one, okay? And that's actually a passive sentence. Yeah, but we will explain that, and we will understand what that is in just a second. Okay, so active. Close your eyes, everybody. And think of active. Think of that word, active. What does that feel like? What do you see when you see active? Okay, open your eyes. What do you see? Running. I see running too. How about you? Okay, perfect. You see jumping. So active, you're moving, right? Active. Activity. Yes, it comes from the word activity. Fantastic. So, active, you see jumping and running. So something's happening, right? Okay, let's look at that sentence. It says what? Americans spend $150 million a year on fast food. So, do you see how it's set up? Subject, object, what? Okay, yes, verb, next, good. Subject, object, subject, both the same, okay. So, in this active sentence, what is the subject? Good, Americans, yes. What is the verb? Spends, fantastic. Okay, so then what is the object at the end? Fast food. On food, right? Fast food. Good. So in here, the Americans are spending on fast food, right? Millions of dollars on fast food. Okay, good. So that's an active sentence. You see, the Americans are actively moving and spending on food. Okay, good. Now let's look at passive. Alright, so passive sentence. Close your eyes, think of passive. Close your eyes for a second, think of the word passive. Now open your eyes, what do you feel? Exactly. Sleeping, right? I'm sitting, I'm passive, right? So I'm not active, there's no activity, right? Okay, let's read that sentence that they give us in the book. Okay, good. So, what happens is we're talking about 65 million fast food meals are eaten a day, right? And you see that it says that sometimes it is unknown. The subject is unknown, so we don't need it, or it's not needed, right? So when we talk about 65 million meals are eaten in the US, we don't need to know that people eat it, right? We already know. Cows aren't eating it, right? Humans are eating it, so we don't even need to put it. That's why it becomes a passive sentence. But if you look in the passive sentence, you need the infinitive, right? Is, am, or are, and then it becomes past participle. If you look at it, right? Is, am, or are. So are eaten, right? Eaten is the past participle ate, right? Perfect. Okay, so now let's look at the next section, and these are all, we want to make them into passive sentences, okay? So make it into a passive sentence with your partner. Work together with your partner, and then we'll discuss it in just a second, okay? Perfect. Alright, so now we've got an idea of what passive is, and so is active. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to talk about the way we can describe the verb, right? The verb could be spends, it could be a little, right? Slightly, a little above. Okay, look at the word there, and let's talk about the descriptions that we can use for these verbs, right? Because when we talk about small, simple changes, there's a description of it, right? Okay, so perfect. let's work on that together and then let's close out the class. All right. Thank you very much.